Welcome to episode number 73 of the Blitz Take. I am here with Southern Utah football Lyle Santos and I'm excited to get to know him and how his football journey and recruiting process went. So welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me, bro. Am I good? You can see me, hear me, and everything?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, you're
sweet.
good.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, dude. I appreciate it. Sorry, I had to push this back so much, dude. We had so much come up, but I'm glad to be on.
No problem. So my first question is, how did your recruiting process go towards the beginning of your high school career?
So I didn't really get recruited at all until my senior year. So every single year, my high school, Arborview High School in Vegas, we'd come down here to SUU to do the football camp. So I didn't get recruited until my senior year when we came down for the camp, and I left the camp with the preferred walk-on offer to SUU. So then I played my whole entire senior season, talked to the O-line coach a few times, and that was really it. There was another Division II school called Minot State that was recruiting me a little bit. So it was really just SUU and Minot State throughout the season contacting me. And then a week before signing day, I was walking around campus in high school and I saw one of the Utah Tech coaches, Dixie at the time,
Mhm.
and he just caught me by the eye and introduced himself to me, and I talked to him a little bit. And then literally that next week, I think it was 2 weeks before signing day, I saw him. And then that next week, the whole entire coaching staff came to Arborview High School, pulled me out of class, and then they offered me a scholarship on that Monday. Later that day, they came over to my house for a home visit, and then the next Tuesday after that, the very next day, Southern Utah came to a home visit and they offered me a full ride scholarship. So it was a little crazy those 2 days. And then the very next day, I chose to sign at SUU. So it wasn't a huge recruiting process or anything, but those 2 days were pretty exciting for me. So I've been here ever since.
My next question is, how did you finalize to go to Southern Utah?
So it came down to Dixie State, Utah Tech now, and and I'd been so familiar with Cedar City and SUU as a program, and at that time they were actually having a good amount of success except for 2018. So I think with how often I'd come to Cedar City and how well I knew the offensive line coach, it was pretty easy to pick SUU over Utah Tech. But yeah, I'd say that's why.
Uh, how do you like playing at the Division I level at SUU?
I love it, man. It's awesome. When I got here as a freshman, I didn't play my freshman year, but after that, my redshirt freshman year, I've started nearly every single game since then. I missed a few because of injury, but I love it. It's awesome. It's a blessing I get to play at this level. When I was playing in the Big Sky, I got a taste of what high level football was, and obviously I still do in this conference. But it's super cool, man. It's obviously a dream come true getting to play college football. So even if I was playing Division II, Division III, JUCO, I'd still be living the dream. But it's awesome.
Uh, what is a typical day like for you on game days?
Game days are a lot better than the other days, that's for sure. If it's a home game, kind of just follow the schedule. Usually, if it's a 7 p.m. game like this weekend, it's either 6 or 7 p.m. We'll start off the day by going and picking up breakfast at around 8 or 9 a.m. And then you have a few hours just hang out at home and do whatever. And then after that, around maybe 2 or 3 p.m., we have our pregame dinner, pregame lunch, I guess. So we'll go over to the school. Um, go over to the school. We'll do a walkthrough as an offense for about 30, 45 minutes. And then after that, we'll do our pregame meal, eat with the team, and then head over to the locker room and get ready for the game. So it's pretty simple. Away games are a little different. I feel like those days are longer, but it's pretty similar. You wake up, have breakfast, go over some things, have a little meeting, have the pregame meal, and then head to the stadium. But those are the best days by far.
What what were your thoughts on the last game you played?
Oh, dude, it was the best game. I'm not gonna say it was the best game of my career, but it was the biggest win for sure. Winning that game put us up there. Put our team out there a little bit more, beating an FBS team. It was so fun, dude. Getting to celebrate with the teammates, the coaches, everything. It was awesome, dude. It's a great game to build off of, and now we got to put it in the back pocket, kind of forget about it, and move on to UC Davis. But it was incredible, man. Getting to beat them and celebrate with the guys, it was awesome.
Mhm. What current or former NFL player do you compare yourself to?
Oh man, that's hard to say because I'm not there yet. But oh shoot, I I don't know, man. That's a really good question. I've never thought about that. To compare myself to, I'd love to compare myself to someone like Quentin Nelson or Chris Lindstrom because they're great. Like they're great players. I try and emulate a lot of my game after them. I try and take some things away from them technique wise and just how they approach the game. I know I'm nowhere near that level yet, and hopefully I can get there one day, especially at the level they played at, that they play at. But yeah, those two are two really good guards that I love to watch. I don't know how much like I can compare myself to them, but I definitely look up to them a lot in the way they play football.
What makes you a unique player on the field?
I'd say I'm fairly technical. I know I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but when with that I have to rely on my technique a lot. And I just think ever since I've started playing football, I pride myself in playing really hard. I think even when I'm tired, I think that's football, right? Like everybody's great on the first 5, 6 plays, but when you start getting tired and you're breathing heavy and everything's flying by you, that's when you really your true colors come out as a football player. And I think in those times I continue to play really hard, play really physical. So I'd say being technical and playing really hard no matter the situation. I think that's what I can hang my hat on.
What has been your favorite memory so far at Southern Utah?
I think this past weekend is my favorite memory now. Beating UTEP was, like I said, dude. I can't even explain it. It was just awesome when that dude missed the field goal. I mean, the whole entire sideline lit up. We were going crazy. So I'd say that was the best moment, beating UTEP. But there's other ones like the first time we played Utah Tech. They came up here. We sold out the stadium. Our little stadium was rocking, dude. We beat Utah Tech for the first time, and that was a really cool moment. Um, I'd say when in 2021 in the spring we went down to Cal Poly, it was a hell of a trip. We had to travel like 10 plus hours to get down there. That was my first win as a college football starter. That was a great memory too. But I'd say overall, this past weekend was the best, and I know we're going to add on to it. So
My next question is, how many hours a day do you take the time to study the film to better your game?
it's something I definitely need to work on. I don't watch enough, in my opinion. I think I go into every game prepared, but I know I could always watch more film. That's why I say that. But I'd say, especially a day like today, since it's our off day, I'd say you got to put in at least an hour and a half, 2 hours. But I want to bump that up to 3 hours because I'm all online. I know I told you that I have a pretty easy sketch, not easy, but I have all online classes, so I get a lot of free time in the mornings before workouts and stuff. But I'd say anywhere probably 2 hours a day is a good goal to have, and if it's not 2 hours, at least an hour and a half. But we watch so much as a unit in meetings and stuff, but that's not enough, so you got to do more. But yeah, hour and a half, 2 hours.
What do you like to do in your free time?
Oh man, a little bit of free time we get, probably hang out with my girlfriend. That's what I do the most. Hang out with my girlfriend, go get something to eat, maybe drive around town a little bit. I do a lot. Um, but yeah, hang out with my girlfriend, doing anything with her is the best. Any bit of time I'm spending with her, I love. Hanging out with my buddies outside of football. They're still like my teammates, but hanging out with them outside of practice, meetings, workouts, going to get some food with them. O lineman, man, we're always down to go get some food. So yeah, those two things, and then yeah, just driving around town. I like to do that, take my mind off things, listen to music. So yeah.
My last question is, if you could have dinner with any current NFL coach, who would it be, and where would you two go?
NFL coach or player?
Coach.
Coach? Oh man, that's a good one too, dude. You got some good questions. Oh man, you know what? He's not. I don't think he's obviously not coaching, but I'd say John Gruden. I'd want to go to dinner with that guy. I love John Gruden. I've always been a fan of his mic'd ups, and you can tell by the way he approaches football as a coach. He loves the game, man. He lives football. He doesn't just love football. He lives football. He's a super funny guy. He kind of reminds me of my head coach a little bit. Kind of doesn't hold back on what he wants to say. He's got a colorful vocabulary at times. He's super funny. So yeah, I'd say John Gruden for sure. He's the man.
Yeah.
So
Thanks again for coming on to talk to me, and I wish you the best of luck the rest of the season.
yeah, I appreciate it, dude. Hey, so you're a pretty big Eagles fan, right?
Yeah,
What'd you think about the game the other day?
I loved it. I felt like
Yeah,
the offense was
yeah.
really locked in.
Heck yeah. I didn't get to watch it at all because we were doing our thing in football. I think that was the day we went to UTEP, or I think the day after. Did Saquon do pretty good?
Uh, he had 3 touchdowns.
Really? Holy
Yeah,
smokes, dude. I did not know that. That's
yeah,
awesome because I see your Instagram. You seem to be a big Eagles fan, so that's awesome, man.
yeah.
I actually I'll send you a picture. I got to meet Lane Johnson in the summer when we went to this O-line clinic. He's a
Hmm.
super cool dude, man. He made me like the Eagles a lot more. He's awesome, man.
Did you get to talk to him?
Yeah, I got to talk to him a lot. So I talked way too much, honestly. I talked to absolutely anybody I could when we went to that, but like why wouldn't you, if you're trying to get to that level?
Yeah.
I talked to him the first day for about 20 minutes, and then the next day I was pushing like half an hour, maybe like 10, 15 minutes the first day. And then the next day was like 20, 30 minutes I got to talk to him. So yeah, he's a super cool guy, man. He's been through a lot of stuff, obviously, and one thing too, we had the same exact ankle injury, so it was cool to talk to him about that and how he recovered and came back. So he's a freaking awesome dude, man. You'd love him.
Do you still stay in touch with him to this day?
No, he's pretty famous, man. So I don't think if I send him a message on Instagram, he'd even see it. But
Uh,
I actually, uh, his trainer Gabe, I can't remember his last name. I think it's Regal, Gabe Regal. I messaged him at the beginning of fall camp asking, other exercises and stuff to do for the ankle and stuff, and he responded. So I got to talk to him a little bit, but I don't know, maybe on Lane's bye week, I'll hit him up or something and see if I get lucky, but we'll see.
uh, sounds like you're a great player and a great person to be around with, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck.
I appreciate that, man. I got to be better in both of those. I'm not the best player I can be yet for the team, so I'm working on that. But I appreciate you having me on, man. We'll keep in touch. Thank you so much.
Yep, we'll definitely
All
keep
right.
in touch.
Yeah. Thanks, bro. See ya.
Yep, see ya.